Alright, hi guys. So we are going to be looking today at some real world problems that deal with linear equations. So that's kind of a lot because we haven't talked about linear equations yet. But I'm going to lead you through some notes and hopefully you can take them, and we'll go over everything tomorrow when I'm back. So, looking at this problem here, it says to rent a bike, Mike pays a flat rate plus an hourly rental fee. The graph shows the amount of C dollars he pays based on the number of hours T he uses the bike. It should be H. Oh, T and C. Okay. So that's just X and Y. They call them T and C. But what we're looking at is what I want you to figure out is the slope of the situation and what we call the y-intercept of the situation. And you might be saying, Miss Summers, I don't know what those are because you haven't taught us that yet, and that's true. So here's what they are. Your slope is always your rate of change. So what is the rate that's going on? So for example, in this problem, what you want to figure out is how much it costs dollars per hour. So I want you guys to problem solve that out. So you might want to make a table, put some points in it, like here's a point, here's a point, here's a point. You might just want to look at your graph. I want you to figure out how much money it's going to cost per 1 hour. So that's what we call our slope, or that's our rate of change. Your y-intercept is our initial value. So in this problem, I want you to figure out how much the initial cost was, or the rental fee. So take a minute, pause the video, and see if you can figure those things out. Alright, so welcome back. You should have paused the video and figured out what your slope is, which I said was just money per hour. So money per hour, or that rate of change, how we're changing as we're going along, the rate is, I see that they're paying $10 per 2 hours. So it looks to me like they are charging $10 for 2 hours, okay? Actually, I'm not going to write it that way. $10 for 2 hours, and then for 4 hours, they now charge $15. So it looks to me what they're doing is they are charging extra money for every 2 hours. So what I can say is, okay, they charged me $5 over 2 hours, so that should be $2.5 per hour. And you didn't have to do it this way. What you can do is, some of you guys might have just looked at the graph and said, okay, it looks like they're increasing 5 hours every 2, or $5 every 2 hours, so that's going to give me a fee of $2.50 per 1 hour, or half of that per 1 hour. The initial fee, your y-intercept for this one, is going to be up here, and it says it's how much we're starting with. Well, 0 hours says we start with $5. So again, just to go over these to help them make sense, our slope is our rate of change. That's how much it's changing as we go. That is money per hour. You can find this using the graph, and we found that it changed $2.5 per hour. Your y-intercept is your initial value. That is your rental fee. That is going to be $5. All right, we're going to look at the next problem then.
Wait, Miss Summers, how do you know which one you got wrong? The pluses are good? Alright.
Alright. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're looking at this one, which is slope of, or has sapling A and sapling B. And it wants you to look at the growth for them. And I want us to do the same thing to figure out the growth rate, the slope, so this is going to be A, this is going to be B. I want you to figure out the slope, which would be the growth rate, and I want you to figure out the slope for sapling B as well, which is the growth rate. You also are going to be asked to find the y-intercept of both, which I told you is just your initial value. So in this case, it's our initial height. Initial height.